Let's go to New York City now, where officials are giving an update on Tuesday's terror attack. Let's listen in.
I spent time with the school leadership, teachers, guidance counselors, including one teacher who was injured in the attack, who happened to be on the bike path and went back to work at the school the very next day, to his great credit. The guidance counselors, the parent coordinator, we listened to them talk about what the students had been through, what parents had been through, what they were feeling, what the whole staff was feeling. And then we spoke with a group of students. And it was very, very moving. We've talked a lot the last couple of days about the strength and resiliency of New Yorkers. It was on display here powerfully. One of the students told me that in the hours they were on lockdown, everyone was checking on each other to make sure they were okay, supporting each other. The students of all backgrounds, every nationality, every faith, standing up for each other, making sure that everyone knew they would get through it. And the students I met with said they had great faith that the adults in the building, all the folks who were there to protect them, were doing that. But he said as the incident finally was over and then students talked to each other and emailed each other about the next day, that they thought it was important to be at school the next day, to mourn those who had been lost, and to show that terror would not stop us, would not change us. I think it's an amazing thing to hear kids still in their teens thinking about their responsibility to respond to an act of terror by standing up, by being resolute, and their respect for the lives that were taken, that they saw it as their duty to be back at this school and to send a message. It was very, very moving. And I want to express my appreciation to the whole team at Stuyvesant and the other schools affected. They did things exactly right. We obviously drill for these kind of occasions. We wish we didn't have to, but we understand the world we're living in. And what I heard from the school team was the moment they got the alert, they went into action, they used their training, and they did everything they knew to get kids to safety, to lock down the building, to keep them safe, and to support each other. Obviously a very, very difficult experience for everyone involved, including some who saw the incident unfold. But the message that came through loud and clear here is that everyone had each other's backs. And they knew they had to be there for each other. And no one expressed to us a sense of fear or insecurity. They simply were resolute. And it was very, very admirable. It doesn't mean people aren't feeling things, doesn't mean it wasn't a painful experience. But the solidarity you saw in that building was absolutely amazing. So I just want to commend everyone at the Department of Education, everyone at school safety, but also these teachers and students, just for the way they handled the situation humanly, the way they backed each other up. Something New Yorkers should be proud of. Just a few words in Spanish before I turn to the Chancellor. Estamos en la secundaria Stuyvesant, muy cerca del lugar donde ocurrió el ataque terrorista del martes. Estamos muy orgullosos de los estudiantes y el personal de esta escuela, quienes mostraron coraje y fortaleza. Su resiliencia es un ejemplo para todos los neoyorquinos y nos recuerda la fortaleza de nuestra ciudad. With that, and with great appreciation, Chancellor, to your whole team, Chancellor Carmen Farina.
It's often said that New York City is a very large city. I keep hearing the largest urban school system in the country. However, when it counts, we are a very small community. And as a small community, all the agencies come together to provide whatever services are necessary. So I am not only proud of
All right, the New York City Mayor, Bill de Blasio, giving an update on the investigation, speaking about Stuyvesant High School, which is literally right next to where the attack happened.
Yeah.
In fact, there are several schools. Stuyvesant is one, right where we were yesterday, PS 234. Which is a primary school, little kids playing there the day of the attack, and certainly yesterday, all morning and all afternoon, we were there when we saw them going with their parents, and then at the lunch break, I think it was gym class, they came out and they started playing dodgeball or something, and so life just carrying on.
Yeah, and you know, I was thinking about the fact that, especially when you were talking yesterday about these elementary school students, but also many of the high school students were not around during the 9/11 attacks, and you know, I think as a parent, it is heartbreaking that they would have to face it so close to them, right next to their school. Right. You would hope that with this many years going by, that it would be something that, you know, these young children would never have to face again. But, you know, we talked about it yesterday, that there is a new norm now that we also have to consider.
Absolutely.
You know?